Good morning. Thank you to everyone who's watching. I'm Christopher and my teammate is Chloe. Our team here is going to debate whether or not women should be able to compete against men. Our team thinks women should be able to compete against men. For one, women athletes deserve the same privileges as male athletes. Men have been playing sports for over 3,000 years, while women have only been playing since the 1800s. This shows that inequalities of sports have lasted a long time now. Second, knowing this, only the good players would be drafted to play sports, regardless man or woman. Third, sports aren't always about physical ability, but also skill. Therefore, even if men are generally stronger and faster than women, women should be able to compete with them. There are some women who are stronger and faster than men, some naturally and others who are determined and work to become better. For example, Caster Semenya, who won gold at the 2016 Olympics for the 800-meter dash, naturally produced more testosterone than other women and was able to beat many other athletes, both women and men. Fourth, some people might say that girls shouldn't play with boys because they couldn't get injured badly. In sports, there's an equal chance of getting hurt, so it is invalid when people say that girls could get injured more than men. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I am Anita, and today I will be working with my teammate, Racing. We are on the con team, and we stand against having female athletes play against male athletes. Before I speak of my argument, I would like to have a short rebuttal. You mentioned how skills over physicalities. However, physicalities can be the difference between first and second place. Look at the basketball court, for example. We all know that the majority of the boys we see at the basketball court are taller than girls. So when boys and girls are playing together on the court, boys have the advantage of height. Because they are taller, they have the more advantages in guarding and rebounding, and most of all, jumping higher. With that being said, maybe physicality are not the most important thing, but it is certainly not something we should forget about. Now, in my opening statement, the three U's can outline the possible end results of what it would happen if mixed gender sports games were allowed. Unfair. Payment could still be unfair if female and male athletes compete together. Unreasonable. How is it reasonable if two completely different body structures compete? It's not a lie to say that male athletes have more physical opportunities than women. Most men have upper body musculature along with fast twitch muscles, which give male athletes advantages in running faster and acceleration. However, on the other side, female athletes also have a body structure that is beneficial for sports as well. Andy Lane, a sports psychologist, once said, "There's a physical differences between males and females, typically around strength. Female athletes are often capable of swimming long distances. Over long-term researches, female athletes turn out to have a better buoyancy and endurance than men. This allows female athletes to swim longer distances easier than men. This shows that both female and male athletes have very different body structures. Therefore, it wouldn't be fair if either sides compete together." Lastly, unwanted. Changes for sports might not be appreciated by the audience. There could be even more hate towards female athletes. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chloe. I'm on the pro team. I'm arguing for women competing with men. Anita said that women are paid less than men, that means we should change and make the pay same for everyone. Let me tell you a story about Jeanette Kouaki, a British sprinter. Jeanette said, "I remember picking up my first winner's check of €500 at a small competition in Ireland and thinking, I made it, I did good, until I realized that the men in this 100 meter at the same event received €2,000. It was a rude awakening. This story shows the unfairness because they both won in the same event, but there is a 1,500 euro difference. Anita also said that men have more physical opportunities. That may be true, but strength and speed aren't the defining factors in sports. The defining factor in sports is the skill, which it can be, skill can be worked on, but physical attributes you are born with. You can't increase those. Thank you.
My name is Rayson, and I am arguing for female athletes shouldn't be able to compete with male athletes. Chloe said that women should be paid more in sports, but in sport organizations like the NBA, players get paid by their skills. Like the best players get paid the most, and the worst players get paid the least. To prove my point, according to the article, Stephen Curry is the highest paid player in the NBA. It says Stephen Curry has a $34 million salary per season. According to NBA.com, Alex Albran's, a player that is not as famous, gets $5.995 million per season. Christopher said that it is the woman's choice whether or not to play against male athletes. But if a team has a woman who gets injured a lot, they will have one less player on the team. So it should not be the woman's choice to play and get injured or not. In the sports history, a lot of things proves that women should not be able to compete with men. This includes following the history of old Greek Olympics. According to the old Greek Olympics, women weren't allowed to compete or watch the Olympics. So why not follow the old rules? This is my closing statement. After all the explanation, women athletes should not be able to play with male athletes. If female athletes compete with male athletes, it would be unfair, unreasonable, and unwanted. Female athletes will have unfair payments, and they have different physical opportunities. And the new changes in sports may not be welcomed. After all, it's very rare to see female athletes playing against male athletes in sports like the NBA. Please support our side, and thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Our closing statement is, after all the explanation, female athletes should not be able to play with male athletes. If female athletes compete with male athletes, it would be unfair, unreasonable, and unwanted. Female athletes will have unfair payments, and they have different physical opportunities, and the new changes in sports may not be welcomed. After all, it's very rare to see female athletes playing against male athletes in sports like the NBA. Please support our side, and thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Rayson said that we should keep the old traditions, but look at the incorrect Greek teachings. Aristotle believed that the earth was the center of the universe, but that was proven wrong. To conclude, many people think men and women should not play sports together. This is sexist, and I believe that women should compete with men, because they can. For one, athletes should be given the same privileges, regardless of gender. Second, when being drafted, people look at your skill. Only the better players will be picked to be part of the team, whether they are men or women, because getting drafted is based off your skill. Third, skill is all you need for sports. The body you are born with is not the defining factor in sports. It may play a small factor, but you can always train your body into it. You can train the skill. Finally, your injuries are based off of how careful you play, not the genders who are playing the sports. I believe women should compete with men. Thank you.